Hi, this is Mrs. Ryland. I'm here to teach your first lesson on your Study Island Blue Ribbon assignments. I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, what are clues in context? What is a blue ribbon? What am I doing with this assignment? I hope to decode that for you and give you some clues as what this lesson can be about. So let's go ahead and dive in. Context, as the dictionary defines it, is the parts of a written or a spoken word or a statement that precede, that's very important, precede means go before, or follows, goes after, a specific word or passage, usually influencing its meaning or effect, or the set of circumstances or facts that surround a particular event or situation. What in the world? Who else is confused by the dictionary? Me, right here. Let me give you some clues about that. Think of it this way. There's a girl, and she's in a situation. She jumped up and down and yelled down for them to run harder and pay attention. Okay, do you think she's sitting in a classroom? Or do you think perhaps she's in a football game? My guess is that she's at a football game. Why? Well, she's jumping up and down. I don't know any teachers who want your students to jump up and down and be all crazy. And she yelled down for them to run harder and pay attention. Now, in my class, if you have to tell me to run harder and pay attention, I think there's a little something wrong. So those clues told me that she was at the football game. It gave me hints of things that surrounded the situation that helped me decode where she was at. Let's take a look at another one. Joey stood at the microphone and told joke after joke, but nobody was laughing. Okay, could Joey be at a comedy club? Or could he be visiting with the president? Now, if you're with the president, is that the time to get a microphone and stand in front of him and tell joke after joke? And he just kind of sits there like, what is this kid doing? Or could Joey be a comedian, but his jokes aren't going over too well. And so nobody's really liking his jokes. No one's laughing. I think you're with me on this one. It's a comedy club because he stood at a microphone. First of all, when you're with the president, usually it's one-on-one and there's no microphones there. He told joke after joke. I wouldn't do that with the president, but nobody was laughing. Now that happens with comedians sometimes. Their jokes just don't go over well. So this is a great example of context clues surrounding the situation of a comedy club. You with me? Catching this on? So we just use context clues because we use the words around it to help describe it. It being the situation. Think of the entire situation, not just a chunk of it. If I were to say she was running around, that could be anything. That could be a track meet. That could be playing tag out of the street. That could be at a football game. You need to think of everything involved, not just one small part of it. And use what you already know. Believe me, middle schoolers are very smart. You guys know a lot. So use that background information and put it into this blue ribbon and what you already know. You guys know context clues. I'm just giving you a name for them. So let's try this out. Nutritious foods, such as fruits and vegetables, help our bodies grow. Using the example clue, the word nutritious in this sentence means, okay, stop right there. Go back, and whenever you see this, and the blue ribbons on TCAP tests, in reading, wherever it is, underline that word, or highlight it, or mark it in your head. You don't want to get confused on what they're asking you. All they're asking you about is, what does nutritious mean? So, if we're talking about fruits and vegetables helping us grow, you think that means it's yucky? Well, some fruits and vegetables are yucky, but they're talking about growing and eating them. Are they boring? I certainly don't think so. Fruits and vegetables are the most colorful foods out there. Or could they be implying through the context clues, these words around the key word, that nutritious means healthy? See how we did that? We just used our background knowledge. We've been told our entire lives fruits and vegetables are healthy. Let's stick to it. We already know that. towards our work and get it done. Fish, whales, and dolphins are aquatic animals. Using the example clue, the word aquatic in this sentence means freeze. They're asking about aquatic. Underline, highlight, mark, apply color to the word aquatic. So, what could it mean? Land? Do fish, whales, and dolphins live on the land? If they do in your neighborhood, you better call the news because that's quite a story. Could it mean water animals? Well, fish, whales, and dolphins do live in the water. So this is our best one so far, but let's check the other two just to make sure. These animals live in the desert? Not in our country. Does that mean dry? I've never seen a fish or whale or a dolphin dry where they live. So it must be water. We used these context clues to help define that word. Our class visited the museum on a field trip. We saw many artifacts. The museum had pottery, art, and statues from many old places. Using the example clue, the word artifacts in this sentence means, okay, step 1, what should you be doing right now? Good. Underline that key word that they're asking about. Now, let's think about the clues that this context is giving us. It's talking about a museum, and it's giving examples of things that they saw, pottery, art, and statues. Could it mean object, point, goal, or idea? Pottery usually aren't ideas. They could be a goal, but this is talking about actual things, not a concept of a goal. A point? That's more like geography, a point on a map. The one we're left with is object. We used our context clues to help us figure out what the word artifact meant. Great. Thank you so much for sticking with me during this video. Right now, while your brain is still thinking about context clues, log into Study Island and complete the context clues blue ribbons. What's great about these videos is you can watch them over and over again to make sure you understand the concept. And if you can't get it after 3 attempts, now remember, each attempt is 10 questions. You need 10 questions. Email me or call me, and let's work together to get through this because I want you to ace this assignment, and I know you can. So happy blue ribboning, and I'll see you for our next lesson.